If you're hosting for the holidays, you have to consider those with food sensitivities. And joining me now is Margaret Clegg. She is the founder of My Gluten Free Gal, which is a blog that talks all about gluten-free options and recipes and all kind of stuff. You got a lot going on over there.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is really exciting. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, well, before we get there, kind of walk us through your journey and kind of tell us about the blog and how it all came to be.
Sure. So I have celiac disease. It's an autoimmune disease, so I can't have gluten, which is found in wheat, rye, and barley. Yeah. So I was diagnosed over 20 years ago. Wow. My dad had it. My grandmother had it. It's a hereditary, well, I should say genetic disease. Sure. You're more likely to have it if someone else in your family has it. So, years ago, I was helping out with a support group, and then things just kind of blossomed from there. At first, my blog was just kind of like a hobby on the side, and then my followers, grew or whatever. So it's become a long way. I've been doing this for over a decade now.
Wow, that's awesome. And that's interesting that you mentioned that you were diagnosed over 2 decades ago. It's like that was a time when this really was not a thing. How did you navigate that?
Oof, a lot of rice cakes. A lot of rice cakes and a lot of plain chicken and a lot of plain vegetables. It is really, what we have now is grown by leaps and bounds. Sure. I do a lot of restaurant reviews on my website, and you get a lot of more restaurants that are really understanding that if they accommodate dietary restrictions and do it well, then you get a loyal customer, and not just them, but their family who's coming to join them for dinner. Yeah. Or if it's a child with celiac disease, every parent wants to keep their child so safe, and if you win that parent over, they're gonna tell all their friends. So that's a really way to think about it.
Yeah, that's so interesting because we have a lot of people here at TV5 that have, allergies of some sort, and a lot of them talk about the different places that they can go and they constantly frequent because obviously those options are available for them. So It's interesting that you say that. Okay, well, we're talking about holiday hosting. So if a person is hosting an event and they have individuals with celiac disease or food sensitivities, kind of walk us through some tips that you have to kind of accommodate those individuals coming to their home.
First and foremost, communicate.
Yes.
And that goes both ways. Don't be afraid if you're the one that has to eat gluten-free or dairy-free or peanut-free or whatever, to communicate that with the host and say, this is what my concerns are, this is how I cook, and also what can I bring to help fill out this meal so that way, maybe the turkey is going to be perfectly safe, but maybe I can bring the green bean casserole, which usually has soup in it, or you can bring the cheese and crackers, so that way it's safe. And then the reverse side, if you're hosting, make sure to ask them, what do you feel safe eating? What ingredients can I buy that will make this meal easy? So over here I have some things King Arthur makes a gluten-free flour blend, that big bag. Aldi has gluten-free stuffing mix.
And I love that because then that's reasonably priced.
And Aldi has been really great for a lot of years. Those making mac and cheese, if you want to make it from scratch, Barilla makes a gluten-free pasta that's wonderful. Or you can even get Kraft in a box.